So this is a small presentation, and it has like two reasons why I want to do this. One is that we learn in a different ways. Most of us learn through like visual image, but then some of us are more like auditive, so we need words, and then we learn in a kinesthetic way by doing things, and then also in a logical way. So most of us are combinations of those four different ways of learning, but just wanted to give you some words because it might help you in your Kendo. The other thing is that I remember when I started Kendo, and there was no permanent teacher in Finland, and we were like just like learning by doing and just discussing and like going to seminars and stuff like that. So I kind of like relate to you. You have the same situation. You are growing your federation, and at the very early stage, you also need to take the responsibility of teaching. So that's why I wanted to give you some idea. These are from the very first seminar I ever attended in Finland, and this is me. Wow. 1988. Dead serious about Kendo. So we had a Japanese delegation coming over, but I have just like got my book and started Kendo. Okay, but the title is What, How and Why. This is actually taken from Simon Sinek's Golden Circle. So we need to know the answer to the question why, because that gives you the motivation to do things, and then that is kind of like the core. And outside there is the how, which is like the process of doing things to realize your why. And then what is the kind of like the concrete thing that we do. And this is different for all of us. So we all have our reasons and purposes and meanings that we are after. So if we start from the outer layer, what are we really doing when we are doing Kendo? As you know, Kendo has the roots in Japanese history, quite violent history. It was to survive, and in order to survive you might have to kill somebody. This is the roots. But it turned into martial art and Budo, and then it became also kind of like a way to cultivate yourself and work together in order to grow. And I think this is very nicely put. This is the All Japan Kendo Federation, like the concept of Kendo. And this is, I think, what Kendo means, the door in Kendo. It's the path towards your growth by using method of Kendo. So how do we then learn? Perhaps you know this shuhari, the term. Basically it means that first you obey the rules, then you break the rules, and then you make your own rules, if you like translate it roughly. But this is, maybe you've heard it, this is, many senseis also talk about this process. But okay, it basically tells how to learn a skill. First we imitate, then we get better in our skills, and then finally we are on a master level when we can forget the skills. But it kind of like doesn't, okay, it tells about the process, but it doesn't like, it's not enough. I think we need something more to understand how we learn Kendo. I'm sorry, this screen is a bit small, but I think Kendo is basically about adaptation. And if we don't adapt, we cannot like progress. We are always in some relation to many different things. This is can you see it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So this is a bigger rectangle here on the bottom. So this is the physical way. So this one. And this is the mental way. So this is kind of like the way how we develop ourselves in Kendo. So we start from the left, and this is age and experience moving this way. So we start with the fundamentals of Kendo by learning Kama and Suburi and Asasabaki and that kind of things. And then we move on to Kirikaishi and Kihon, and then comes the Shiai, different wazas. Shikake waza develops into Oji waza. Maybe after Shiai career, you are more into Jigeiko, and then bit by bit, you kind of like take all the excessive and unusual away from your Kendo. And then you become the master of Kendo. And on the mental way, you create your interpersonal skills, then you start to understand the riai of Kendo, the logics, like how to cut with the hasuji, the timings of Kendo, and how you meet your opponent, how you create aiki, very important for Rokudan, Naradan, Hachidan, even in the lower levels. And then when you finally get like victory over yourself. So this is kind of like the process. But in order to move along, you need to be adaptive, because your body changes, your understanding of Kendo changes, and maybe the circumstances change. The smaller rectangular here on top, this is kind of like the law of the plate. So you know Yuko Datotsu, the 5 criteria for Yuko Datotsu. But outside of that, the Yuko Datotsu is kind of like the things that don't change. We agree with the Datotsu Bu, Datotsu Bui, how to cut with the sword, where to cut, to have a proper posture, enough spirit, and zanzen. These don't change. But the things around the strike change, because we get older, we understand more, like Shiai, as a referee, you need to understand the level of the fighters. So you cannot expect juniors performing the same way like national team players. So it's adaptation. And how we learn, this is actually taken from Yakue Shinkakeri, one of those Koryu schools. So they kind of like describe the cycle of learning like this, that first you must practice seriously and correctly. Once you get into the practice and you develop skills, you can use those skills to adapt, to create something new. And then at some point you need to reflect what you have learned and maybe go back to basics. We usually always go back to basics, because if you look at this cycle of learning from the side, it's actually a spiral. It's going up like this, and you make the full circle and you end up on the same place, like on the first round, but you're a little bit higher up on the spiral. So for example, the point of reflection is here, and on every turn you are a different person. You have developed and you understand things in a different way. So therefore, going back, for example, to basics, it's very important because there's always something to get, something new, because your understanding has changed. In order to not to disrupt this spiral, we need good teachers, and teachers who are not like destroying your learning. And I'm pretty sure that all of us have. Okay, we might have also bad experiences of teachers at school, but maybe there was some teacher in your junior high school or elementary school, a teacher who was like really influential on your development and changed the way you think or in Kendo. There is some teacher that is, you feel that, okay, this teacher is like making me understand things. And please follow those teachers if you find one. Yeah. This is Kadono sensei, one of my favorite teachers. He lives in Saitama, junior high school teacher, and very nice Kendo. And he is kind of like my role model for teaching. He's doing things very, very nicely. And as a teacher, I list this list could be much longer, but I listed some things that came into my mind very quickly. So first of all, you should be enthusiastic about Kendo, because your students will realize if your heart is not into it, really. And you should enjoy teaching, because it also shows people will understand that, okay, he is doing it just for pure responsibility and he doesn't like that at all. So please, if you find it difficult to teach, try to find the good points of teaching. Then, of course, develop your teaching skills. Read and look and talk with people, go to seminars, visit places to get more knowledge to be a better teacher. But don't be only a teacher, because soon your students will pass you by. You need to lead them from the front. So you need to develop your skills and also your character. So you must be serious. So don't let them catch you. So go ahead and drag them after you, but try to develop yourself. Then, be fair. Treat people well. Training can be hard, but it should be fair and equal, and also safe. So you are the person who creates a safe environment for learning. Then people can create something and not be afraid of mistakes. And if you think about the cycle of teaching, how you plan the trainings and how you execute the trainings, like the real action, then also reflect afterwards, and then recreate something new. This is like learning also by doing, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and what is too much, and in a given time, and that kind of thing. And I think the role of teaching is that you need to motivate people, then you need to give them a chance to create something with their kendo. And then also you need to make them like understand the importance of hard training, so that people will understand, okay, I need to struggle a little bit. It's a bit controversial nowadays because people expect everything to be easy and nice and quick. But Kendo is not. This is smelly and sweaty, and it takes, first 10 years are the worst. I mean, then you start to understand a little bit, but you need to suffer. But please motivate the people to understand how the practice itself is rewarding. And I put this like the how of teaching Kendo. So this is also about how to motivate. So in Kendo we have difficult things. So try to chop them into pieces so that people can learn easily. So that something difficult feels easy. And then if something is easy, keep them those things a deep meaning. Because if people think that something is easy, they don't pay attention to it. For example, how you wear your hakama, keigogi. There's a way. It's not just like putting them on. You should wear them correctly. They should be clean, not smelling bad, and yeah, properly. But you must tell why. Why are we wearing hakama keigogi? What are the meaning of these 5 scenes here? There is meaning. There's meaning for this as well. It's another topic. Maybe next year. Yeah. But make the easy things count also, so that people take them seriously. Then the deep things, they can be difficult to understand, but make them interesting, so that people are not like trying to avoid them. If something feels too difficult to understand, try to make them interesting. If it's too deep, and especially for beginners, juniors, you have to think how to put it to make it interesting. Okay, then we are into why. This is just my thinking, but I think Kendo is really searching for something. You are searching for something for yourself, then you are creating together something. I showed you this picture also last year. This is the calligraphy hanging in Helsinki in our dojo. This is something that we are looking for. So we are looking for really to do proper Kendo, truthful Kendo. Not faking, but really truthful Kendo. We are trying to be good to each other, and then we try to have a good form, the beauty. For you it might be something else, some motto that you can relate to, but please think about it. What are you looking for in your Kendo? How do you want to be as a club or a federation? And I think the most important thing about why do we practice Kendo is that we are creating connection to another person. And whenever two people meet, and in Kendo, as Kendo is Budo and has the roots in Japanese history, we are dealing with the idea of really attacking each other with a sword. And that creates kind of like an ethical demand. you are holding the other person's, metaphorically, you are holding the other person's life on your hand. And that creates the ethical demand. And that ethical demand is, in Kendo, it's shown in the Reiki, the etiquette. And Rei-ho, the bow, is kind of like the physical manifestation of that ethical demand. And if we don't take that seriously, we cannot develop ourselves into adults and really like responsible persons. So we need to understand the deep meaning of Rei. It's not just, and then you go. There's much more into it. This morning we practiced Tachia, and like Uwe showed, it starts already when you make the Rei when you enter the dojo, and then especially when you make the bow to your opponent. So it's much deeper than just say hello. There's the respect and connection and everything. So please take the Rei seriously. Not you. Sorry, bad joke. Yeah. Okay. So and this connection in Japanese, it's called Ken-chi. It's kind of like finding the mutual understanding between you and the other player. If you experience this in Jigeko or in trading or Shia, it's a wonderful feeling. You really feel the connection. And this is how we can make friends also. After Jigeko, good Jigeko, we are really much closer to each other than just like shaking hands. And I think this is pretty much similar than we had a talk today with Michael, and this is something that I learned here in South Africa. I think this is kind of like similar thing. Ubuntu. I really like this concept. That basically means that we are nothing alone. We are in connection with other people. We learn by doing things and connecting with other people. So I really hope that the South African Kendo develops, and you have such a nice concept. So I think you can work on this pretty nicely. That's it. Thank you. I can share this PDF so you can just put it up to the people who couldn't make it here. Any questions? We have 2 minutes and then we start the action. No? Yes.
I watched the grading in Canada for EI since then.
Yeah.
There's only one candidate, and they're all Japanese senseis judging.
Yeah.
And the candidate came in, he was magnificent grade, and he passed. It turns out one of the grading panel failed him. So he went and asked, there's one old sensei, so he went and asked Sensei, could you please tell me why you failed me? He said, yes, I didn't like the way you entered the room. And that really was a good lesson for me, is that you're on show all the time. You must be at your best all the time.
Yes. Yeah. On a top level, it's like. And as you are teaching, please, you must understand that people are watching you. They will look, if you pick your nose, your students will pick it. They will think that it's okay to pick your nose in the dojo. Okay, so we need to be careful. Okay? Okay.